All right, we are right now Facebook Live. So welcome everybody. Today is our second session with amazing coach, Anastasia. Welcome, Anastasia.
Thank you, Anastasia. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, it's not funny that we both have the same name, right?
It's a sign.
So guys, when you are watching us on Facebook, feel welcome to make questions. We are going to talk about how to be unapologetically you, how to express yourself fully without apologizing for it. So I think it's an amazing time right now, especially after our last episode when we talk about healing from narcissistic abuse, right? So Anastasia, could you explain us before we talk about the self-expression? Could you explain what are the boundaries about?
Oh, thank you so much for your question. Thank you for having me again. I'm really happy and excited to participate in these lives. And yeah, boundaries, they all talk about boundaries, healthy boundaries. And what I learned, I mean, I knew nothing about boundaries when I just started to going out away from my abusive relationship. I knew nothing, and I was kind of curious about learning what it is. I saw it. I mean, I heard people talking, but I didn't know what it is at all. So what I learned, so boundaries, there are two ways, two kind of concepts of boundaries. There is boundary between you and outside world. And also there is a boundary between you and you. So boundary between you and outside world is basically what you allow people to, how do you allow people to treat you, what you accept. And it's boundaries, they can be specific to each individual. So it basically depends on your moral philosophy, or on how you were raised, let's say, or how you see the world. So like something that acceptable for you can be not for someone else, but only you decide. And first, you can start from just how you feel. And that's, although it's a little bit complicated when you are in abusive relationship, you lose your intuition. But once you get out, you start feeling like what you don't like, what you like, and that's how you establish your boundaries. For the start, though, I will say just kind of learn normal, common boundaries, at least the boundaries to protect you from narcissistic people, and just follow someone else's list of boundaries. But eventually you'll come to the point where you will feel it naturally. This is an external boundaries. And if talking about internal boundaries, it's more like about what you allow yourself, how you allow yourself to go through the day, and like, do you want to be lazy, or do you want to be like more put together, motivated? And this is more like about self-talk and who you want to be. And yeah, and like, let's say you want to have a party at night, but then in the morning you have to wake up. So you set your boundary. You say, no, I don't allow myself to do that. I will better go early to sleep because I have my goals and I have my bigger dream to follow. Yeah.
Right. So what I hear is that we have those boundaries within ourselves and with the outside, from inside out and from outside in, right? And that we have those boundaries like physical, when somebody, for example, I don't like when somebody get close to me, like face to face, and I feel very uncomfortable, right? So that will be the physical, but then we have the emotional boundaries, which could be like when somebody's teasing me, right? I hate it.
Yes.
And then we have spiritual boundaries when somebody tries to convince me, about their ideology or beliefs boundaries, right? Sexual boundaries, financial boundaries, right? So all of those get to the point that you need to really know yourself, to get, I mean, what I mean by that, to spend time and take as much space and time as it's possible, right? So you can figure out not what the society, culture, or your friends on Facebook necessarily tell who you are, right? But what you connected with your heart, your intuition, when you believe with with the universe, right? What you feel in line with, what are your values, right? So from that point, when you spend, it doesn't, well, I'm smiling because of, it is not, it is more than, spending one time in your life to figure this stuff out, right? It's
a process.
Right.
It's a process. Yes, it's a journey. Yeah, it's a long path. Yeah, and you're right, absolutely right. Spend time with yourself is crucial. And yeah, I agree on that. Yeah.
And I discovered recently that space and time is like my love language. Like, those 5 love languages. Right?
Yes.
For me, having my time and space for myself, that's when I feel loved, really. Like when
that's interesting.
In a relationship. So so it's something what like maybe you need to, maybe there is no existing love language for you, right? Somewhere. So to spend that time, maybe journal, right? Or maybe talking on audio, whatever. Some people meditate in the silence to connect with themselves. So I would like to ask you what helped you the most to find your boundaries, to express yourself from the past relationship, if we can share here, like when you left that narcissistic relationship to the point where you are right now, helping other survivors to heal and empowering their journey and just shining your light. So what was the main thing which helped you the most to express yourself and stop being like apologizing for being you?
I think what helped the most is that realization that I feel like we looking for something that we lacking in ourselves, in other people, and that's why we are people pleasing. And like main thing is what we're looking for is love and appreciation, and whatever we didn't get enough probably in our childhoods, and we wasn't taught how to love ourselves, how to treat ourselves good. So we look like we people pleasing. I mean, some people don't like this term, but we kind of helping others and supporting others and doing tons of incredible stuff to others and for others, just to be seen, heard, appreciated, and loved. So I think when you at some point get to the point when you burn down or like burnt out, or you stop, like you don't like, you kind of it's not like you burned out, I would say. So there is nothing else, like you give so much and you stop and they take because usually when you are in an abusive relationship and you just left the abusive relationship, you still all around, like most of your connections are abusive or narcissistic, or people who using you more than equally contributing to, like, when you give, they just get. So then you, at some point, you realize that it's not working. It's just something is wrong with this picture. And then you, I mean, I don't remember what was it that moment, but plus a lot of information about like self-love. You need to love yourself, you need to set boundaries, and all that kind of all together I came to this realization that I really do not love myself, and I really need to focus on myself. Oh, and one book I read was from no, not this one, was the Homecoming by Bradshaw. I don't remember the name.
Yeah, we can put later in chat.
Yeah, but it called Homecoming, and that's about the inner child work. That actually, I think, was the breaking point when I realized, yes, like I didn't even realize. I just woke up differently, and it's meditations. That book consists of lectures and self-guided, or not self-guided, he is guiding your meditations, and kind of returning you to different ages, different stages of your development back in your memories. So yeah, so I kind of was that child at different ages, experienced abandonment. Yeah, so I kind of decided to love that child again, and yeah, to love myself. Yeah, so my point is, once you focus more inside, once you focus on yourself, on your growth, on your personal health, happiness, and just as I talked very emotionally during last live show, like love yourself and learn who you are, and just spend time with yourself. That's where but at this point you will stop being so much people pleaser. You will be more focused on yourself, and it's kind of automatically will happen. And also I remember I would purposely stop reacting on some clues that I used to react in. Like, let's say my coworker is struggling and don't even asking me for help, but I see he's struggling and kind of his facial expression shows that he needs some help. So I will step in and just help, even though like I need to leave 5 minutes to pick up my kids. But I just drop everything and like I forget myself and I help as much as I can. And then I have all the problems coming in my life because I just stayed later. Yeah, so yeah, and then I started just ignoring those clues. Yeah, and I mean, I will acknowledge, I will see, yes, he's struggling, but this is not my problem.
Right.
At this point, this is
right.
not me. Yeah.
So it looks like you sacrifice your well-being and you somewhere abandon yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, right? Absolutely.
So you can, but you can find the validation from others, the validation which normally you will give yourself to the inner child. You will look for from somebody else, right? Which is so easy to receive because there are so many people who are targeting people who need attention and love. Love boom them with the time, love, attention, and you're like, oh my God, this is like so intense and so.
And yeah, and also we feel ourselves always so we're helping others. We're so important. We're for ourselves. Yeah, I want to mention Richard Grannon. I think I didn't mention here on this podcast. Richard Grannon, his technique helped a lot. He has he talks about five fingers and repeating kind of affirmations. Each finger linked to one affirmation, and we can go into that, or we can just leave it, and people can just find his channel and learn themselves.
Right. Yeah, we can put.
But it's very very helpful. Yeah, trust
Richard,
me.
We can put his website in the comments. We have actually comment from Thomas. Saying that's what used to happen to me all the time. I think when we were talking about the abandoning ourselves and looking for validation. So I think for anybody watching right now who can relate, maybe is a good time to ask ourselves, where have I been abandoning myself, right? Where in which area of my life, right? And in which area of my life I haven't been expressing myself, and I was afraid of what other people think because of I think because of we tend to, like, as a empaths, we tend to focus on what others think about us, or as a safe pleasers, right? And be more into pleasing others, right? Than necessarily looking for what do I really want to say, what do I really want, what do I really want to wear, right? I just remind myself when I was in that abusive relationship, right? And it was all about pleasing that person. So I would change my look, stop making makeup, nails, because of I wanted that validation, I wanted that attention, and if I will not do it, then I get criticized, right? That's
or even if you do it, you will still get criticized, of course, because it's never good enough. Yeah.
Well, right. So
unfortunately.
Right. Yeah. When you are with narcissistic person, like you're never ever going to be enough, right?
Yeah,
because of
absolutely.
The whole cycle about to make you feel that you need to please them constantly and give them everything, and that still is not enough. So
also can I just add, this reminded me that also why don't focus on others. What shifted is at some point I realized that I'm just by myself, absolutely alone, and if I wouldn't stand up for myself, no one will help me, literally. And that kind of shifted also the perspective. So because and also at the same time I was listening to this book about that abandoned child, so I was like, okay, I'm the child standing alone. Well, let's help this child. So yeah, please, guys, girls, folks, help that inner child, help that child first, and then you can help others,
right?
Once you healed.
Right. So there's even amazing meditation about the inner child, right? Healing on YouTube. Louise Hay, I think Louise Hay, that's her name.
I don't know, but yeah, if you say so, I agree.
So I heard recently that self-love is a bullshit, and I'm very curious.
Who said?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And I kind of agree with that now. In this point of my life, I would love I'm curious what you think about self-love and what really self-love means, and if it works when it comes to healing from any abuse, traumas in past. If that makes sense.
It's yeah. I don't know myself much about self-love, but as they say, fake it until you make it. So I think it works. Yeah, so but I think it works, same as it worked for me with boundaries. So I first was copying someone else's boundaries, but then I developed my own boundaries. So same thing. Like, what is self-love? It's like they say you need to spend time with yourself, right? You kind of prioritize your needs. It's being selfish without really too much using others. I mean, yeah, because selfish is, yeah, they say what is the difference between being selfish or just being self-love, self-loving. I would say you can try with some like do exercise, sport, physical activity, something for your body, like massage or haircut or nails, something like for men, I don't know, massage also, and just to experience that your body will experience that self-love, because everything is connected, mind and body is connected, and once body will feel good, treated and appreciated. Yeah, also drink a lot water and eat healthy food, and I don't know, go out on a walk. So
you're right, to fill up that cup, right? That we cannot, like, to first identify what are our needs, right? So if I need maybe therapy, that's maybe a self-love, right? Because of
yes,
we often identify, especially on Instagram, like especially for women, there is a lot of like body shaming and making you feel like you need to look certain way, right? And like be like very fit, they have big boobs.
Oh
And
no,
so
yeah, no,
that's the whole Hollywood
bad.
business. And
That's narcissistic. I think that's a demand from narcissists. They want us to be a certain way. Yeah, so no, you need to, I mean, don't really not pay attention completely on yourself. It should be balanced. I mean, whatever works for for certain people, maybe for someone doing some Botox or whatever, it's if they feel it's okay, then yeah, sure, do it. If you feel that way more attractive and beautiful and like yourself more, why not? But it should come from inside. It shouldn't be kind of put on you from the someone's um, you know, that you want to do it for yourself, not to please someone again. Coming back to that question. Yeah, but yeah, self-love is tough for empaths and for people who came out of abusive relationship. But I also heard like start small, start like you wake up and you ask yourself, what do you want? Like, do you want a tea or do you want a coffee or do you want a with milk or with lemon or black, or, and just start with those absolutely ridiculous small questions for yourself, and from that you will learn to feel what you want. So like wanting something is also self-love, wanting something for yourself. So yeah, I don't know.
Right, so you can get yeah, I love what you said. So somebody who's listening right now, right, they can take what is your takeout, guys? What did you learn listening our podcast, our live? If you have some questions, we have some likes from Nico Perez.
Thank you, Nico. Thank you,
Nico
Perez.
is in Spain right now. Hola, ¿qué tal, amigo? ¿Cómo estás? Gracias por ver nuestro
live. I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah, go ahead. Something happened here.
Don't speak Spanish. Would love to learn.
Well, so yeah, we all are learning. So I speak a little Spanish. I was living there, that's why.
That's
nice. So we actually thank you so much, Anastasia, for your time.
Thank you.
And for talking about self-love. And if you guys want to find Anastasia, connect with her, how people can find you?
How they can find me? Art for Annie. Art for Annie on Instagram.
All right,
that's my main page. Thank you, guys. Yeah, and you're welcome. You're welcome to DM me with any questions, and if you have any topics to discuss, you can also reach out to me and we can talk. And
yes,
if I have anything to contribute to your experience, your life journey, I would love to help you with my experience.
Thank you for your generosity and being so excited for what you are doing, helping survivors heal. And I
Thank you,
absolutely,
Anastasia. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you for
thank
having me.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank
And
you.
I just wanted to share
Uh-huh.
the point about self-love, right? Because of, like I mentioned, I talked today with one person who is a coach
Yeah.
therapist, and he actually, made me cry, right? Because of we're doing this documentary, and I invite some people, like therapists, to talk about healing. And I had no idea that it will be life-changing moment for me, because what that person said when I asked about self-love, he said that he doesn't believe really in self-love as long as your attachment style like is insecure, right? When you never experience love from your parents, when you never experience love from your, a teacher, somebody around you in your environment, that's kind of shaming to tell you you should love yourself because of you haven't experienced this yet. So, and you can, right? There's plenty of therapies who can give you that unlimited validation, unlimited acceptance, not judging you, just being there for you with all the attention and with the tools to actually help you release the shame and guilt and start validating yourself, right? So, and it touched me because of I connect with that my inner child somewhere, and I felt that that's why I have been abandoning myself, right, in those 4 unhealthy relationships, because of I always put somebody else needs before myself, feeling that well, that I'm not enough, that I don't deserve to be treated well, that their needs are more important. And that's something what I model, maybe my family or maybe through experiences, right? And I was unaware. So it was like like opening my subconscious somewhere that believe that now, right, when we are adults, we can give ourselves whatever we crave from people, right? If it is love, attention, that we have that power to give ourselves, right? That you can give yourself a hug and tell yourself, I am safe.
Yes, and
I
I'm
love myself.
sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry that you feel that way. And I feel that it is curable. It is, there is hope. Absolutely. I believe in it. And there are techniques and there are ways to reparent your inner child for sure. It just will take some time. And like that good that you at this point you realized already, right? So you already, this aha moment happened, so now you know at least what you're lacking and you know where to move and what's the direction to take, right? And the resources will come and help, self-help or help will come. And absolutely, I believe that you will find that's what you are missing inside.
Well,
Yeah.
I actually found it. So for me, it was a great experience. So it was not, it was
Oh,
sad
okay.
because it helped.
Okay.
It was like catharsis to release that sadness, which I repressed, which I didn't want to be aware of because it was too painful for my consciousness to feel that way. That all my choices in relationships were based on that need to validate and look for.
Yeah, it's unfortunately it's like that for any of us. I think we born into and someone already I heard, it's not my idea, but we have no other choice. We go through what we go just because we predisposed by our environment, but our childhood environment. We basically cursed to be in the place where we are until something finally breaks, until that aha moment, until that I don't know, rock bottom, and then we get reborn, and then we finally become our true selves. That's what's happening now with you, with me, with others awakened empaths, or yeah, other
Right.
people on the journey. I just found that book that I mentioned, John Bradshaw, Homecoming. Is it uh, is it in the near you, or
Yes.
you can see it? Okay. So that I really recommend, and that is about reparenting your inner child. And for you, Anastasia, also, yeah, listen to it. It's on Spotify. I think you'll get some insights from this book.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So it was a pleasure to talk with you, Anastasia. And guys, connect with our guest. We
Thank
put
you.
the Instagram account here. And have a beautiful weekend, everybody. Hasta luego.
Have a beautiful weekend. Хороших выходных. In Russian.
Хорошо. No.
Yes, good.